Before I continue with the video, I just wanted to shout out my clan on Pet Simulator 99. It's Year of the Dragon. They are my first clan, and as far as I can tell, my only clan that I will be in. They've been extremely helpful, very kind. When I was first struggling to get my huge, one of the players there, Dom Dorito, helped me get that huge. So thank you so much, Year of the Dragon, for being such a wonderful clan. And if you guys would like to join, this is the information for that. And yeah, just wanted to plug my clan in there. Thank you. Hello everyone. Today I'm gonna be showing you guys how new players can get their first huge, and this could apply to those who already have a couple of huges. Doesn't really matter, but this is specifically gonna be catered to those who are starting off into the game. And so yeah, so first what I would recommend doing is going to the final area here and farming this area. Okay, now I have super drops and auto farm, but what I'm going to be talking about is going to be completely free to play, so you don't have to spend a dime essentially. But essentially you want to farm the last area here. So if you haven't gotten to the last area, prioritize going here first, and you want to take advantage of using sprinklers and hasty flags. Okay, so sprinklers will increase the breakables that spawn, so there's a higher chance of you getting item drops, and the hasty flag here speeds up your pets and basically lets them attack the breakables faster, and in doing so you're going to be able to get drops quicker, right, because they're moving faster. I really would recommend hasty over like strength, for example. You could also do fortune if you wanted to, but I typically just stick with hasty, but experiment with both, because I'll be talking about how you can take advantage of the fortune flag later. But while you're farming here in the last area, you want to save up these items. Okay, so what I recommend trying to save up would be rainbow mini chests, charm stones here, these gift bags. These gift bags can be really profitable. They come in an abundance, especially if you have a lot of pinatas, which you can either open or sell. Then the keys. This and cocktail potions are probably going to be your most profitable items here while farming in the last area. So you want to combine these keys as much as you can, save up as much keys as you can. The reason why I'm getting so much keys is again because I have super drops, but you can also achieve the same numbers if you just AFK for a while. Okay, this game compared to Pet Simulator X is heavily based on AFKing the final area. If you save up enough of these items, same thing with the cocktails here, you can resell them in the trading plaza for either at wrap or about 2 to 3k above wrap for the cheaper items like the gift bags here. This one's at 10.3k each, but I sell it for 11. For the gift bag, I sell it at 3.1k instead of 2.8k gems. For the cocktails, normally I sell it at wrap, or in this case, since it's 115k, I would have sold it for 120. Back then, I think these used to be able to go for up to 200k in the trading plaza, so their value has decreased a lot, but you don't want to go too crazy above the selling price that it's at or its current value, because it's going to be a lot harder to get people to buy your items if others have it for cheap. Next, you should take advantage of these enchant slots. Now, if you can, rank up all the way you can to get your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 free enchant slots, and if you have money to or something, you can get the premium enchant slots. I got I got all of my like game pass stuff when I was first starting the game, because I already like had experience from Pet Simulator X, so I kind of just wanted to make the experience a bit easier for me. However, again, you don't have to use any of these game passes or anything like that. Like for example, this could be a good final area AFK loadout, okay, which will maximize diamonds and also drops. So what I would do is I'd put 2 diamond X's, a criticals, 2 treasure hunters, and then for your final one, you can either do I would put magnet. Magnet's always going to be needed. Okay, you can replace one of these with lucky eggs if you want to also AFK the eggs. However, these don't necessarily, as far as I know, they don't actually help that much with huge luck, but you can have it if you want. If you really want to maximize your chances of getting a huge, you would have to invest in getting the huge hunter game pass, not the enchant but the game pass. The enchant is practically useless, so the game pass is going to be your best bet, but I wouldn't recommend it. But this is like an example, just these if you want, you know, find something that works for you. This is just what I have going on, but currently my loadout, because I gave away my boss chest mimic to a clan member to borrow for now, but I'm using a superior chest mimic, regular chest mimic, mini chest fortune, magnet, treasure hunter, and 2 diamond X's. I'm trying to save up for another chest mimic, superior and regular, but essentially these 2 enchants are great because they substantially increase the amount of item drops that you get that are going to be useful to sell. For example, rainbow mini chests, charm stones, gift bags, keys, and cocktails. Okay, these are going to be really really good to help give you your first gem. I mean your first huge. However, getting these enchants would be, I think, closer to later stage after you've already gotten a huge, because if you see the price here, for 654 million gems you could get a bunch of huges with that. So this is only after you've gotten like a lot of huges essentially. To help you further in the final area, you should use potions. Okay, they do help. I don't recommend the coins potion if you're already maxed out, so I would maybe try doing like a damage potion, lucky eggs, diamonds, treasure hunter, and then speed if you wanted to. Right, we have the hasty flag, but speed's really gonna help. I just consumed a bunch of speed potions on accident. Oh well. So that's what you can do in the final area in terms of farming here and then getting drops, right? If you're already doing that and you want some alternative method, you should go into the trading plaza and learn how to flip. Yeah, so I'll give you guys some, like a little demo of what you can do. So here in the trading plaza, this is where you're going to be able to buy and sell and flip items for more than what you got them for. Some easy ways of doing this without having to spend much is if you already are selling off your potions that you're getting from item drops, just your breakable items essentially. But you can also take advantage of the hype eggs here. So this is why I said earlier to try to maximize your rank or get to the final rank quickly, because every Saturday there's a new update, and if you log in on that Saturday and play the game for an hour, you are able to claim up to 33 hype eggs on that account. So there'll be like a little egg on the bottom here. You click it and then you claim your eggs after an hour of playing. And so these sell anywhere between 300k to 500k, with the average usually being around 400. So right now this is worth 13.6 million. So that alone is almost the price of an entire huge. If I were to put all of these items, all of like the items I've been saving up into like a item box, it would easily be worth at least 2 huges. I also recommend trying to see the lucky eggs X enchants. Really, it's quite expensive. It's 10.1 million. So if you get a bunch of these lucky eggs IX enchants, try to use a supercomputer and upgrade them. So here, I don't have enough, but if you can upgrade them into the lucky eggs X enchants, you can sell it for 10.1 million, which is again already basically half of a huge. Now currently huge prices are going for about, I'd like to say 17 to 23 million. Sometimes you can get lucky in an auction and get a huge for less than that. So maybe like, I don't know, 15 million, for example. You can get really lucky sometimes and get a huge for 1 million. I remember I got a huge for 1 million. And I also got this huge from the auction for 10 million. So it was a really good deal. I would talk about the exclusive daycare, but there's no point if this is your first huge. Okay, so following those tips that I just gave will help you a lot with getting a huge pet. But I guess the last thing I would like to really talk about would be events. So every couple weeks or something like that, every week, on the Saturday updates, they may big games sometimes will release an event that you can play. Now in those events, there's usually some sort of like gift bag or egg or pet that is going to be really rare or really sought out for. And usually within the first 2 or 3 days of that event, the prices of those items are going to be insanely inflated. Okay, for example, during the Christmas updates, there was the gargantuan gifts, which are going for up to 60 million each at the time. Right now they're at 45, but if you farmed the last area of the event world and you got these gifts, you would make an insane profit. There was also the 2025 New Year's gifts, which are now going for 104 million. Initially they were only going for about 60 million, then they dropped down all the way to 45, and now they're at 104. So if you saved these gifts, you would have had a lot of profit in selling these off, right? So that's 104 million. Okay, that's basically 5 huges, right? Now I don't really have any items from the events because I've already sold them off pretty much, but taking advantage of those events is imperative to be able to also increase your chances of getting your first huge. It's not guaranteed that you will get your first huge just by doing the event, but if you stay diligent and you AFK a lot, then surely you will be able to get your first huge in doing so. And if you guys are interested, I have another account that is not at the last level, but I can speed run or show you guys how I would get a huge. It's not even in the last area, but if I were to try just to use the trading plaza on its own, I could show you guys maybe how I would get my first huge. The last bit of advice that I like to give is to protect yourself from falling to wrap manipulation and bug wrapped huges. So what does that mean? So it's essentially a huge that is at an insanely high and overpriced number. So for example, this huge right here, the huge treasure turtle. Okay, so at the time of me winning this from the auction, when I spent 10 million on this, it said that it was worth like 2 billion gems, I think. 2 billion. Okay, but it's not. Okay, it's only worth about 120 million. And if you want to see if you're actually getting bang for buck in a huge that you're buying for the first time, I would recommend buying low tier huges, so huges that have a lot of quantity, such as the red wolf, because you're essentially guaranteed to get a huge at a stable price and not one that's extremely volatile. I'd also recommend checking out ps99wrap.com. Okay, so this would be a great asset for you to be able to check whether or not a huge or an item has been wrap manipulated. For example, here it seems fine, right? Oh, it's like 120 million, but if you go into its history from all time, you'll see that it's been at a relatively stable 100, even less than 100 million gems. And then here in early December to mid-December, it spiked all the way up to 4.78 billion, and this is because of bot accounts that would essentially sell these at a really high price to change its wrap on the market so that they can hopefully sell it to unsuspecting victims into paying a super overpriced price tag for these huges. So if you see something like this, beware. Make sure that the huge that you're buying at isn't in one of these highs. Okay, you want to buy it when it's at its lows, so around here. Never here, because you're essentially scamming yourself out of a lot of gems. But besides that, that's all the tips I can give for now. If there's anything else that you guys would like me to talk about, feel free to let me know in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching.